All right, what's up, YouTube? We're gonna do a video today on the Yojimbo 2, the Spyderco Yojimbo 2. This knife's been around for quite a while. You guys have probably seen this before many times. We're gonna do a little bit of scale swapping and maintenance. We're gonna take the scales off. We're gonna switch them. I got some scales that I'm really excited about, and I just got them in today. They're from DNA Lasering. I don't know the name of the technical model of the scales, but I think you're gonna really like them. I really like them too. I haven't done a full review on the Yojimbo 2, so we're gonna do that at the same time before we get into disassembling and stuff like that. So this is a knife that I wanted to pick up for a long time and didn't. The Yojimbo 2 originally was designed as a self-defense knife, even though that's not something I plan on using it for. This is going to be like pure EDC for me. A big part of the blade shape, like Warrenclyffe style blade shape, I really like it for EDC. I've got it in other things like this Spyderco smock. Kind of same idea, just on a smaller scale. It's definitely one of my favorite EDC blade shapes. So let's just get a general idea of the Yojimbo. So let's see, let's go with length. So total length, it's just under 8 inches with about a 3 1/8 cutting edge. The blade steel is CPM S30V, so great blade steel. Made in Golden, Colorado, USA, Earth. It's got black G10 scales from the factory, which are really nice for G10. I'm not a big G10 fan though. That's why I often change the scales to metal of different sorts. We'll give you a weight first because it'll be nice to know what the difference is. So factory weight, let's get this in ounces. Factory weight in ounces with the G10 scales is 4.05 ounces. We'll do a little size comparison before we get into disassembling anything. So there's the Yojimbo. It's this is going to be pure Spyderco, so anyone who doesn't like Spyderco, you might as well skip this video now. So there's the Yojimbo up against the Shaman, a little bit smaller. Yojimbo against the Spyderco Smock. Almost exactly the same length there. Spyderco Yojimbo versus the PM3. It's a little bit longer. And last but not least, the PM2. So as you can tell, I'm a big fan of switching to metal. These are all brass. So the PM2, the PM3, the Shaman, and the Smock, all in brass today. I love brass. It has a really antique look to it, but it can also be polished up and look pretty showy, for lack of a better term. So there's the size comparisons. The weight was 4.05 with the G10 scales. Let's take a look at these new scales, guys, because I think you're going to be blown away, and I hope I am. I hope, well, I might as well use the Yojimbo to open the package. I hope I didn't just wreck anything in there. No? Oh, they come in a nice, I don't know what you call this, a velvet bag. Oh, Well, there's no stickers in the bag or anything like that, so maybe they're in here. I can't wait to show these to you guys. All right, let's get in here. Okay. Yeah, just a receipt. We got a card with a thanks. Thanks again from DNA Lasering. And some important information about them, if you want to check that out. Let's see what else is. Got a nice sticker. And here are the scales, guys. These are, I don't remember if there was a model name for these, but they're like Celtic knots and crosses and things of that nature. Wow, the machining looks really good. Check it out, guys. Oh, and they're textured too. Like the engraving is actually quite deep. Take a look at that, guys. DNA Lasering does a fantastic job. Their machining is good. Their laser engraving is unreal. Just really nice, guys. Let's see the other one. Oh. The detail, guys, is unreal. The camera does not do it justice. There's like a little compass here with some Celtic writing on it and stuff like that. Oh, these are, I am excited to have these on. If any of you have never had anything from DNA Lasering, their engraving process is quite deep. Like they have a texture. So these aren't like slippery like some other scales, like just straight brass. These are actually quite slippery. You know, all of these, they're very smooth. Whereas these, the engraving really gives it a nice texture. It almost bites into your fingers. So it's, I mean, so does the G10, but I'm just not a fan of G10. So let's set these gorgeous scales aside for a sec and get this thing disassembled. So we're looking at a T10 for the pivot and T8 body screws the rest of the way around. So let's get the body screws off first. Guys, I am really excited to have these scales on. I hope you guys think that they're as nice as I do. They're really nice scales. I forget what else it is that I have from DNA Lasering. I know I have one I definitely have one thing from them, but I cannot remember to save my life what it is. Sorry, there's a mosquito in here trying to eat me. It's pissing me off. Oh, yeah, it's dead now. Anyway, yeah, so thank goodness that Spyderco didn't go crazy with Loctite on this one. The last couple knives I took apart, what was the last one? Oh, it was the Spyderco Shaman, the one there in brass that I did. That, the amount of Loctite that they used was insane, and I haven't experienced that from Spyderco before on any of my other Spydercos. So that Shaman was the first one, but this one seems to be almost devoid of it, which is nice. It's a nice change. Oh, so the pocket clip, which is just awful on most Spydercos. Their original pocket clips are usually terrible. And this one is no different. It is just ugly as sin. I don't understand you know, something I don't get about Spyderco is why don't they just from the factory do deep carry pocket clips? I don't get why they don't do it, but they don't. And I mean, if you guys can drop it down in the comment and correct me, maybe there's a model out there that they do that with. But not this one. They don't do it with this one. They don't do it with a few of the others that I've experienced. Oh, these screws are not really cooperating with me right now. You know, every time I do a disassembly video, I always mean to like go through and loosen everything up and make it so that I don't look stupid while I make the disassembly video. But I always seem to forget, which sadly makes my disassembly videos either makes me look stupid or makes them take forever. I'm having some serious issues with this particular screw. It does not seem to want to come out, and I think it's because the bolt assembly that it's screwed into is turning. All right, well, let's go with the pivot then. Oh yeah, that's in there. All right. She's coming out. There we go. Okay, so yeah, there was some Loctite in there. Funny that it's the pivot and none of the body screws anyway. So that's that. Maybe we can just peel this side off right now. Yeah, that came off real easy. Okay, so let's see. Can we just take this liner off? Yep, that wasn't so difficult. Oh, and the yojimbo is on washers. I thought it was on bearings. That's very cool. Okay. There we go. Wash her off. We'll give this a little clean. I'm just using my shirt, guys. I know I should use a proper cloth or something like that, but we're not doing that right now. It's actually pretty clean on the inside, so I'm not terribly opposed to not giving it a complete clean. Really hoping that these are going to come off. Of course not, and I don't know if I have pliers in here. Do I? Do I have pliers in this kit? I sure hope I do. I have a spoon, but no pliers. Oh, now I do have pliers. They are right here. Haha. Okay, so sometimes, guys, you gotta just grab a bolt and hold it steady so that you can actually remove the screws. All right, there we go. It's probably scratching them up a little bit, but I mean, they're internal, so not a giant deal. This really does not want to come out. I'm going to have to do this off camera for a second here, so bear with me. Just for a couple minutes there. Okay. You know, the hardest part about doing this on video sometimes is still being able to fill the void with some talking, which is often not easy because it's very difficult to do this and while having a conversation. as you can probably imagine. Oh, hey, you know, while I'm doing this, I got my first shout out from another YouTuber, a Canadian YouTuber, goes by the name of Singing Toad. It was really cool. He dropped some comments down in one of my previous videos, and it was a knife laws video, and he said a couple things in the comments, and then the next video that he made, he actually gave me a shout out, so I figured I'd do the same for him. He's got a lot of really great content, and one thing that's really cool about Singing Toad is at the beginning of each of his videos, he often gives shout outs to other small YouTubers, which really helps, guys. You know, we do work really hard, and you know, especially when it's content like we're making about knives, we tend to spend quite a bit of money on knives and things of that nature, right? So it's to get a shout out and to try to get some subs out of that is pretty cool. And it was, anyway, it was really cool of him. So thanks so much to Singing Toad. It does mean a lot. I only have like 300 and somewhat odd, almost 400 subscribers, but it means a lot to get a shout out. And any subscriber that I got because of him, again, thank you so much. It was very cool of you. Oh, man, this is a pain in the ass. Excuse my language. It feels like it's moving, but I feel like I'm also not making any headway here. I guess it's just spinning? Yeah. Okay. All right, well, we might have to cut this, and while I try to get this done off camera. Oh, wait. Nope. I think I got it. Yes. Yep, got her off. Okay, there's the bolt. And there's the screw. Gotta just do that one more. Oh, guys. All right. I had to cut it. I've never had a knife give me this much trouble before, ever. Any of you have taken apart the Yojimbo too? Let me know in the comments if you had a really tough time. I did get it done. I also did manage to dig up a lynch clip that fits. I think it was something I picked up for a PM2, but a lot of those clips are interchangeable, whether they be the 2-hole or the 3-hole. They usually can fit a series of different knives. I'm not entirely sure if this particular clip was meant for the Yojimbo or rated for it or whatever, but I got it on. I've got this G10 scale just sitting on it for a reveal. This knife is gorgeous. So that's what she looks like now. Again, the engraving on this is unbelievable. Take a look at that. If the camera can focus properly. Just beautiful. And icing on the cake is that the deep carry pocket clip that I had kicking around fit, I wouldn't say perfectly, but I got it on there and it seems to be secure. Yeah, this is definitely one of my new favorite knives. Shout out to DNA Lasering. These guys do an extremely good job. The fit and finish is unreal. Anyone who's planning to take apart or modify a Yojimbo 2, I'm going to give you a tip. These standoffs here, they are a giant pain in the ass. As you're trying, you can take one side of the screws out, that's fine or whatever. When you start to take out the other side, the standoffs just spin. As I assume it's because of the heavy amount of Loctite that happened to be in there. They spin. So you're gonna want a set of these to hold the standoffs, and when you're putting them back on, because the standoffs will spin if there's Loctite in them while you're trying to tighten the one screw, you know what makes it a lot easier? It's just like having a free spinning pivot. You're going to want 2 drivers with 2 T8 bits. And that's what did it for me. Again, this was a giant pain, but in my opinion, completely worth it when you take a look at these. These are unreal. Just beautiful, beautiful scales. The Celtic knots, they're just beautiful. So this was definitely worth the frustration involved. The action is beautiful. I used lubricant, cleaned the washers, cleaned the liners, oiled everything up, and the action of this knife is just unreal now. Yeah, very smooth. I'm very pleased. I can't say enough good things about the Yojimbo 2, aside from maintenance, and breaking it down is very, very frustrating, guys. So if you're going to be doing it, stay patient. Make sure you have all the tools you need. Make sure you have 2 drivers, 2 T8 bits. The pivot is not free spinning, despite the free spinning frustration of the standoffs. It is a D-shaped pivot. Just keep an eye on where you're putting the pieces as you break them down, because I ended up putting the liners in on the wrong scales, and it was crazy and annoying getting them on, and then when I realized that, I had to take everything apart and start all over again. But guys, I can't say enough good things about DNA lasering, and now that this is finally together and I'm not dealing with taking it apart or putting it back together anymore, I cannot say enough good things about the Yojimbo 2. It's a good knife with the G10, but with these DNA lasering titanium scales, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful knife. Looking forward to carrying it all the time now. Pretty pumped. One last thing, let's see. The weight with the factory G10 scales was 4.05 ounces. With the titanium DNA lasering scales, it's 5.24. Not a huge difference, so that's pretty nice. It's nice in the pocket. Great knife, guys. So thanks for putting up with my my frustrating inability to disassemble and reassemble knives. And sorry I lost some of the footage there, but I really had to just take a break. I had to have a smoke and get it done off camera. I'm looking forward to a time when I'm a little bit better at doing this on camera, but the last few times I've tried it, I definitely hit some snags. Anyway, guys, have a good one, and if you've never checked out the Yojimbo 2, give it a shot, get it in your hand, see how it feels, and if you're gonna switch the scales, just make sure you have all the tools you need. Again, 2 drivers, 2 T8 bits, And good luck, guys. Let me know in the comments if you've done this before, and let me know what frustrated you and what you had to do to fix it and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, guys, take care. Bye.